You being able to speed type people just based on the way they talk. Cool, right? Welcome to Typevolution. You can call me Olympia. In this channel, we talk about personality type theory. So, communication styles is a really interesting theory, something I've been thinking about for a while. Viktor Gulenko is a famous sociologist, and he came up with the 4 communication styles: sincere, passionate, cold-blooded, and business. Sincere is the topic of this video. I'm going to start it off with this one. And it's, to be honest, also the one that I have. Why not start with this one, right? Yeah, okay. The sincere communication style encompasses the 4 Jungian types who have introversion and feeling. In MBTI terms, that would mean INFJ, INFP, ISFP, and ISFJ. On average, these types of people have a similar way of talking, a similar intonation, a very similar way of how they sound. So this is really cool. This is a really good tool if you want to type someone very, very quickly. You do not have much time, you do not know them as well. So at least you can boil it down to that person being one of 4 types. When they are more leaning towards strong introversion, then this style is becoming very, very apparent. Like ISFP and INFP, who are the FI subtype, Introvert Feeling subtype, they're gonna sound very, very much like this style. Like they're pretty much the poster child for this style. But when it comes to people who are leaning towards extroversion, it's going to be more tricky. When you lean towards ambiversion, you lean towards also a different communication style. They can also come across as extroverts. Another disclaimer, however, there are people who are gonna fake their communication style or who are gonna talk differently based on what they think others want of them or what they think is better, more appealing in the business environment or more appealing in YouTube videos. There's lots of people who are actually sincere communication style in their normal life or in private, when they are the most being themselves and most natural. But for YouTube videos, they really amp up the extrovert feeling. This is maybe an odd observation, but I've noticed this also with especially homosexual people, homosexual men. They often amp up the extrovert feeling for some reason, maybe to be more appealing. And it's against their normal nature, actually. So when you talk with them on a more heart-to-heart basis, so to speak, their sincere communication style will come out naturally. This video really applies to the general type profile, not to the exceptions. And the examples I've included are in that same manner, examples that are very clear, based on my typing, of course. And I hope it's going to help you with typing other people.
But when it comes down to performing and being that person, you need to have that, you need to be strict. I'm not up there lip syncing, you know? I don't got backup dancers, I don't have crazy shit going on. It's all about me and the microphone. And I used to go on stage drunk.
To get through it?
Yeah, nerves. I mean, a lot of it is real life experience. I mean, I felt like I've experienced enough before my career started in at that point, 21 years of living. When I say this a lot, I have enough experience to write the rest of my catalog, I feel. That guy it is who I am, you know? But it is who I am to myself.
My musical influences have stayed the same for a long time. I really like Nirvana. I love Frank Sinatra, Elvis, Bob Dylan. I was working with a composer named Justin Parker, and he said that he had a couple of chords that reminded him of me. And so when I heard them, I just felt inspired to write about, I don't know, just the same theme that I had been writing about for a while, which was just about this guy I had been seeing and the way our relationship was at the time. It's a 5-minute and 20-second love ballad. There are no drums in it. I mean, and like thematically, it feels personal to me. So I wouldn't have thought that that would be the song that people responded to. Although it's a gift for someone like me because Like melodically and thematically, it is a perfect representation of me. I've just been making like moving collages online since I was 17. It's just a passion of mine other than singing.
That's right. I studied history and focused on the history of ideas, and that was always my passion, how ideas affect how people live. I don't believe in knowledge that's abstract and simply made to impress. I believe in knowledge that can be practical and that can bring us, in a broader sense, happiness. It's not hard. You know, I think we all have a moral sense. The problem with the moral sense is that it gets squashed and pulled in other directions. We tend, all of us have a very intuitive sense, and I think, again, literature and art has a role in reminding us to do what we know is good, but very often doesn't seem so glamorous and exciting or possible when we're up against it.
I've been writing it for years. I've been writing it for about 7 years about Harry Potter, who is the central character. And that idea came to me on a train. I don't know what made it come, but it did. I had the idea for this school for wizards, to which this little boy would go, who doesn't realise he's a wizard until he gets the letter saying that his name's been down since birth. So that's basically it. Yeah. But when this story came to me, obviously it was a children's story, so it chose me rather than the other way around. I never sat down and thought, I'm going to try and write for children now. I'm delighted because I always wanted to write.
Hi, I'm Mark Ruffalo, and this is my career in 4 minutes. That was a really special movie for me. I'd been ill. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to act anymore when I came out of my illness. I laughed a lot, and I thought it was an important topic, and so I immediately wanted to do it. I felt like I wanted to do it. I just thought he was a really fun, interesting character, and I liked that it was dark and it was funny.
If I could only have one outfit, what would it be? It would probably be jeans and a white t-shirt and a fun pair of heels. Yeah. I mean, the cardigan is back. I was introduced to the brand Cape. A friend of mine said, oh, this is a really cool brand, you should check it out. So I thought that the idea of like a cashmere sweater with a cashmere bra underneath just sounded really cozy.
Hello, welcome, happy full moon. Today's broadcast brought to you by this Dow. Oh goodness, where to start? So this is gonna be one of the trippiest, actually it will be the trippiest full moon all year. And by trippy I mean having to do with subconscious, being very sensitive to emotional energy. And I think that this is a really good wake-up call. We've had a kind of wake-up call season for the last couple of weeks, but today, especially with the full moon, as you all know, that when the sun and the moon are on opposite sides of the earth, it leads to some intense pressure, vibrations, some intense gravitational pull, really. So this is a really wonderful time to ask ourselves, okay, how is my conscious mind and my subconscious emotions uniting? Maybe what can I do to make them unite better? What do I need to let go of as per fears? And what dreams do I need to support?
Well, hello everybody. Just thought I would pop on in here and just do a little personable live stream. When I've been doing a lot of the inner work to try to expand things, whether it's in relationships or whether it's in business or whether it's in any facet of my life, a lot of times it involves kind of peeling back these layers of myself and finding the versions of myself, the younger aspects of myself that I have somehow split off or decided to ignore or I just didn't love at the time. And I've actually been doing so well lately, and then out of nowhere, like, I'm having lots of dreams about things emerging from under the water and like nightmares, and I feel exhausted when I wake up in the morning. And so in my experience, I feel like that's a sign that I need to go in and I need to do some inner work. And maybe it's not something that's going on outside of me. Maybe it's something that's going on inside of me. And sometimes when you're doing well, it's kind of like the universe says, hey, you're doing so good. Guess what? You're ready now to deal with whatever this shit is. And once you do, that expansion, you know, that wave that you're riding high, you're going to be able to go even farther, even faster, even higher once you deal with this crap, right? Hi, Jessica.
Okay, so these were the examples. I hope they brought some light into the darkness when it comes to very quickly speed typing people when you do not have much time on your hands. There's going to be a second and third and fourth video about the other styles. Before I close this video, I can tell you the sincere communication style is, according to Golenko and also easily according to socionics theory as a whole, the best suited to the business communication style, even if the business communication partner has a rather incompatible socionics type. That communication is still gonna be flowing. It's very odd because this can even apply with conflicting types. Conflicting types mostly have opposing functional values. However, when they are in situations where they are discussing things outside of themselves or just things that are not really that personal, the way they talk with each other is going to be very organic and very natural, and it's going to be the best because the sincere communication style goes best with someone who has an extroverted and thinking approach. According also to Golenko's list, and also my own experience and understanding of the theory, I would say that actually two sincere communication people do not have such a good communication going on. It's a little bit awkward because you both have the same low melodious level, and it's not necessarily the most engaging or enriching or, you know, interesting style of communication with each other. But the good thing is usually these four types have fairly good compatibility on other levels. Not all of them, to be fair. Especially ISFP and ISFJ is going to be more awkward, and INFP and INFJ is also going to be very awkward in this sense. But when it comes to like INFJ, ISFP, like the same types, they actually have good compatibility. So even though the communication style is not that great, there's other plus points in their interactions. And when it comes to passionate and cold-blooded, it kind of depends. It kind of depends on how extroverted and introverted the two people are, how they match on the other aspects. Okay, so this was it. Please subscribe, like, and share this video if you liked it, and stay tuned for the next one. Bye!